this video, we are going to see the topics creating and publishing web pages using offline blog editors and online transactions. Creating and publishing web pages, that is blog. What is meant by blog? Blog refers to the online diary. Blogs are used to create personal web pages by non-technical and technical user. User can easily share the comments, thoughts and convey messages about events, news, etc. The person who maintains a blog is called blogger. Blogs may be photographs, videos and audio, etc. To create a blog, you need a proper internet connection. Some of the popular websites that offer the free blog services that are www.wordpress.com, www.blogger.com, www.blog.com, www.blogsome.com. Now we have to go to see how can you creating a blog account. The steps to create the blog account. First step, to create a blog account, open a web browser on your computer. Second step, type a web address. For example, if you want to open the blog ID in www.blogger.com. So you have to type this web address in the address bar and click the Get Started button.
This home page will open in front of you. You have to click here, create your blog or sign in. When you click here, you will be asked to register with your registered email ID. And as soon as you insert your email ID here, you will find this kind of page. See, I have already registered my email ID on this website blogger.com, and I do not have any blog right now here. I am going to create a new blog here. So this is my welcome page of blogger.com, right? I do not have any blog right now, so I will create a new blog here. Create new blog. Now title, what could be the title for my blog? Say I will write IT tutorials, right? Now what could be the address I can have? I will have csitip.blogspot.com. This could be my blog address. Now theme you can select from here. So say I will be selecting this theme simple and then create blog. IT tutorials was created successfully, so my blog is created successfully. Find a domain name for your blog and connect it instantly. I do not want to do this right now, so no thanks. So this is my blog IT tutorials, which I created just now in front of you, right? And then what I'm going to do here is I will write something now. I will create a post here. So new post. This window will open in front of you. Now what would be the title for my post? The title could be, say, creating blogs. Okay, and I want to write something about this topic, so I will write blog is a discussion. I'm just writing sample text. No, you can share your work also, whether if you have any work. See, you can change the settings from here. You can make the text bold, italic, underline. You can change the color. If you have any link to share with, you can link it using this. Link with a web address or link with an email address, wherever you wish to. If you want to insert any picture, you can insert the picture from here also. See, picture, you can upload it from your computer, from the blog only if you want. If you want it from your phone, you want it from your webcam, you want it from your Google album, you can add images here also. You can add videos also. You can add emojis, special characters also, and there are variety of options available as whatever kind of formatting you want for your text or whatever you want to share. You want to share a link, you want to share a video, a audio, a picture, you can go through these links, explore these links, right? So I will be writing blog is a discussion forum where we can share our ideas. Say this is my sample text. Now what I'm going to do here is I can save it, I can preview it, I can close it, and if I want to publish it globally, so publish. Right, so this is my post 1.
First, what is blogs? In simple words, we can define blog as website that acts like a diary or journal for the blogger where user can share their opinion or thoughts. Then next is advantages of blogs. So we can enlist many of the advantages of blogs, like it can be used as personal diary, can be used as project collaboration tool, discussion site, guide, or any means of communicating and publishing information on web. Blogs can even be used for announcements, news, reviews, etc. Last point to revise is online blogging sites, which we have already enlisted in the last week, which are wordpress.com, blogger.com, blog.com, weebly.com and blogsome.com. Now we'll start with session 6 that introduces us with offline blog editors. Let's read the definition that is given there on the screen. An offline blog editor is an amazing tool for bloggers because it lets you create blog posts without an internet connection. Offline editors let you create, edit and format your content before you upload it to your website. Then if you have an internet connection, you can publish the posts directly to your blog, which states that offline editors provides us with the functionality to create and edit the post without internet connection and publish it whenever internet is available. These editors help us to make our posts attractive and efficient. Now let's enumerate the advantages of offline blog editors. So we'll read from the first point. It allows users to create, edit, format blog without internet connection, which states that these editors allow us to work without waiting for internet connectivity. Second point is they automatically publish the blog written on the internet domain when connect to internet, which specifies that whenever we have an active internet connection, these editors automatically post our data onto our blogging address provided during installation. Third point states they easily allow users to back up their blogging content and then share it with friends and family, which means that we can even save our post with us in our system for future reference, and we can even share our post with friends and family to obtain their further guidance. Fourth point reads that these editors provides us with all basic settings equivalent to blogging site. So users can easily add pictures, videos, create links and more, which states that the functionality or working of these editors are like that of online websites. These editors provides us with multiple editing settings which can be altered as per the requirements. Now the screen specifies various offline editors which can be downloaded and installed in our systems and work with as per our convenience. So first is Kumana, second Windows Live Writer, then BlogDesk, MarsEdit, BlogJet, Blazor and Microsoft Word. Yes, of course, Microsoft Word is also one of the example of offline blog editors, as it provides us with a template named blog post which can be used to create our blogging data. Now we'll see how we can work with Kumana. We can download it from the website that is given here, www.kumana.com. After installation, we can open it using any of the two ways that are specified there on the screen. So first is to click on the start button, then all programs and then select Kumana. Or second is to double click on its icon that is displayed on the desktop after installation is complete. After we open Kumana to work with it, it asks us to enter our blogging site address. in the screenshot that is given here. To start working, we also need to provide our login details by providing our username and password of the same blogging address that you will provide to it. By providing this information, we will make it easy for the offline editor to automatically post our data whenever we connect using internet. After entering the details, Kumana will allow us to create new posts. So the screenshot is given here. Where we can write the title and the content related to it. Various features equivalent to blogging sites are also provided to make the post attractive and effective. Now we'll start with the next session, that is online transaction. As we all know what online transaction basically mean. It means to transfer money from one person to another over internet, as stated there on the screen, that online transaction is a payment method in which the transfer of fund or money happens online over electronic fund transfer. Online transaction process OLTP is secure and password protected. 3 steps involved in online transaction are: first is registration, which means creating an account by providing the details. Then second step is placing the order, which states selection of the product and services, and at last payment, that is paying money online to the product or service provider. Now let's enlist the benefits of online transaction. So the first point that is given here is it is easy to use, as it is simple as filling a form and the rest will be taken care by the web and database servers. It even helps us to save our time by reducing the time of moving from one place to another. Second point specified here is low labor costs. Since online payments are usually automatic, they have lower labor costs than the manual payment. Third point is fast and automatic, which means online transactions are fast and secure enough to save our time. Fourth point reads, it stores transaction information easily, which means we can save the information for future use that can be retrieved as and when required. Fifth point specifies that it leads to high profit for online companies, which means that companies can expand the area covered effectively with the usage of online payment. And the last point specified here is it is easy and best solution for online shoppers, as online stores can use this method for allowing their remote customers to place orders. Next is online shopping. As a simple definition of the term is specified there on the screen itself. Let's read it. Online shopping is a form of electronic commerce where customers can buy or sell goods over internet. Customers need to have an active internet connection for viewing goods or services offered by a seller. In short, we can select the products and services from online website and make payment online using various payments tools, like few of them are specified there on the screen: credit card, debit card, or by internet banking. We can even use e-wallets like Paytm, PayPal, etc. Now let's go through the advantages of online shopping. So the first point specified here is that there is ability to shop anytime, anywhere, which means that online shopping has broken the boundaries of cities and states, thereby expanding the business. Second point states that it is easy for us to compare products, as it is effective to compare the pricing of the products automatically. Third point specifies visiting a store is more expensive than purchasing a product online, as online shopping reduces the extra overhead of traveling from one place to another. Fourth point here reads, a product or service that is not available in the local market is available online. Then fifth point states that it is easy, fast, and saves time. And last point is that it is not limited to specific geographic area. Online stores are spread all over the world. Now the screen displays various online transaction websites that are: first is IRCTC, that is Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation, which is an online portal for booking flights and train tickets. Second is Flipkart, an online shopping portal for buying consumer products. Amazon can also be one of the example. eBay, an online portal for buying and selling goods. Redbus, an online portal for booking bus tickets. Then Ola Cab, an online portal to book cabs nearby your location, and there are many more. Here we'll see the steps which are involved while working with Flipkart, but before we move on to the steps, let's read what Flipkart is all about. Flipkart or Amazon is an online store where you can purchase variety of electronic goods, books, accessories, digital cameras, mobile phones, peripherals such as printers, etc. Flipkart offer multiple payment methods as we have already studied: credit card, debit card, net banking, e-gift voucher, cash on delivery. First, let's check out the prerequisites to work with Flipkart, that is our requirements. First is we need a web browser like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, and we need an active internet connection. To work with Flipkart, we need to open, the steps are given here, we need to open the browser, then enter www.flipkart.com in the address bar and press enter, after which the home page of Flipkart will appear. Before we could perform any transaction, we need to first sign in to create the Flipkart account. And to sign up, user is just required to enter the Gmail ID, which is to provide the notification regarding the account. Password of the account should also be provided, and whatever password you will be keeping for it, it should be strong enough to keep your account protected on Flipkart. After you signed up to the website, then you can navigate through the products and select them and add them to the e-cart. Now what this e-cart is? Shopping cart is a virtual online basket where the selected products can be collected all together. So cart is even used to store the products for many days. After gathering all the products in the e-cart, we can proceed to pay for them collectively using different payment tools already discussed. Next we'll discuss the steps that are involved while working with IRCTC, that is Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation, which is an online government portal to book travel tickets. Again, to work with IRCTC, we are required to open web browser and enter www.irctc.co.in. The address is provided here on the screen in the address bar, and press enter, after which again the home page of the website will appear. On the home page, follow the sequence is specified on the screen. Let's read these steps that have been specified here. Locate and click sign up link, then complete the registration process by filling the form. You are required to enter the details. Then you have to click to find the tickets, find the trains, and can book the tickets as per your convenience. Once you book the tickets, an electronic copy of the ticket will be displayed on the screen, and additionally the ticket will be mailed to the email address specified during the registration. Next, we have NCERT questions which you people are required to solve in your notebooks. Pause the video and note down the questions in your notebook. Next, we have activities wherein you are required to make presentations specifying the steps involved in either of the two that are specified here, like paying your fees online or online recharge in SIM. Don't share your confidential information like your card number or PIN etc. while making your presentation. Next is to enlist the precautionary steps to be considered while making payment online. That's all from my side, students. Thank you for being the patient listeners. Have a nice day.